Alright then, let's begin, shall we?
Indeed, welcome to the Misled Youth Podcast.
Episode 6.
Episode
5.
Well, depends on whether you count last week as an episode. If you don't, this is 5.
Yeah, I don't. 5 it is.
Yeah, this is 5.
Alright, I am Alex, this is Jack.
I am Jack.
In case you needed reintroducing.
Wow.
And this week, we've decided, because there's not really very much news happening, apart from like European elections and stuff.
Yeah, which are very interesting to us, but probably
not to you.
Not to anyone else.
Italy's having an election, so
that's
follow
today,
along with
is
that.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, today.
The results should be coming out on Monday, and Germany has just had a vote in the Social Democratic Party to go into coalition with the Tories, basically.
Yeah.
The German
with Merkel.
CDU. Merkel. All very interesting, I'm sure, to people who care about that.
Yeah, making the AfD the official opposition in Germany.
The neo-Nazis are the official opposition. Brilliant.
Oh, we've been here before, Germany. We've been here before.
Yep. Anyway, let's move on to the main topic this week, which is nothing to do with European elections. It's to do mostly with Britain.
Well, not Britain as it is today.
Britain as we want it to be.
Yeah. So this is essentially, if we found a country
which just has the territory of Britain.
Yeah. So we're not
Basically,
saying
yeah.
like, this is not our manifesto.
No, but it's what we would do were we to have a blank slate.
Yeah. So like, basically prefacing this, for example, Alex is a very strong Republican.
Yeah.
I am slightly less strong of a Republican, but still definitely a Republican.
Yeah.
We are not advocating now to go and completely wipe out the monarchy tomorrow.
Well, I am, but that's not a part of this particular video.
Like, yeah, but like that's not what we're saying. We're just saying if we were to set up a state, this is what it'd be.
Yep.
And it just happens to be the landmass of Great Britain because that's what we're used to working with.
Yep. So, I think we're going to start with the admin. We'll get onto the parties later.
Okay, yep.
We'll start off, basically, I want it to be a federal system.
Yeah.
So I'm basically stealing a lot of this policy from the Lib Dems, which I'm ashamed to say, but I am doing.
Well, I mean, the Lib Dems have fairly good ideas on things that aren't.
Yeah, constitutional reform,
Yeah.
I like the Lib Dems. So yeah, we'd have a central government, which I would put in probably Birmingham.
Well, somewhere pretty central.
Basically, not London.
Yeah.
Not London.
It makes sense because then
nobody feels like they're being run from London anymore, which has been a large problem in the north for quite a long time.
There's that, and there's like, it's not a massive journey for someone to come from the north of, like, the far north of the country in Scotland, all the way down to London.
It's going to make it a little bit more hassle if you're from Penzance, but
yeah, it's just fairer for everyone, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like, moving a parliament will always benefit the people who live in that area, but having it central benefits
pretty much everyone.
Everyone.
Apart from
the people who live in London.
Yeah. Westminster now can't walk from their house to the Parliament.
No.
Don't know why you'd want to, but anyway, I'm a big fan of the American idea of 3 branches of government. So we'd have an elected head of state, so president. Sorry, Liz.
Yeah.
We'd have an elected head of state. I don't know whether I want them to be like an executive president, like they have in America, or like a ceremonial one, like in Ireland.
Yeah. I'd probably lean towards ceremonial, so we don't get
mostly ceremonial.
Just so we don't get a sort of power struggle.
Yeah. I kind of want it to be mostly like the power of the executive is held by like the Prime Minister who sits sort of in the Parliament.
Yeah.
Because I know that's fusion of powers, which my A-level politics teacher told me was a bad thing, but I just feel like it's easier to scrutinise if you're in the legislature with them. Even if that manifests itself in the current UK as Prime Minister's questions, which is a farce in every level of the word. It's not a useful exercise. It's just some people shouting at each other from across the room, and I never watch it because what's the point?
I mean, I watch it occasionally. Actually, no, that's probably a lie. I don't watch it, but I will see on Facebook if someone's posted, like, oh, this part of PMQs was pretty good.
Yeah, I'll see a highlight if it's important, but other than that, I don't care.
Like if Theresa May's made a fool of herself with something, oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Okay, yeah. So, let's move on to the Parliament, which we touched on briefly, but the Parliament would probably be very similar to the US one.
Yeah, a lot of the sort of admin is taken either from the Lib Dem policy or from the way America kind of is.
Yeah, but I'm taking it from the way America should be.
Yeah.
Because America's ideas are great. The execution is shoddy.
Yeah. We're taking a lot of, like, the spirit of the American Constitution.
Yeah,
in terms
and
of what
we're using a lot of ideas from Europe as well, because the Prime Minister, well, the US doesn't have a Prime Minister. It also doesn't really have a cabinet in the sense that we have one.
No, they have like a sounding board. Like
they have basically just a group of people that you appoint at the start of your term, and then everybody forgets about.
Yeah,
because nobody cares.
No,
I can name maybe 3 US cabinet secretaries.
I could probably name less.
Betsy DeVos's education.
Yeah, Linda McMahon's one, but I only know that because I like wrestling.
I have no idea who that is.
She's Vince McMahon's wife.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think she's something to do with business, but I could be wrong.
Scott Pruitt is the head of the EPA, and Rick Perry, one of the most stupid people in the world, is the head of the Department of Energy.
Isn't he, like, anti-climate change, like climate change?
Probably, yeah, because
I'm
he's
sure there was
American
something, yeah.
and he's right-wing, so of course he is.
There's the environment...
Oh yeah, the environmental secretary is also anti-climate change.
No, it wasn't the energy, it was the environment.
Yeah, Scott Pruitt, he doesn't believe in climate change.
And you make him environment secretary. Well done.
Trump.
Well done, Donald. Well done.
Yeah. It's not like we didn't expect that.
No, true. Like, come on.
Yeah, so the Parliament, we'd have 2 chambers, bicameral, which is very...
I spelt that wrong in the notes, didn't I? I'm sure I spelled it
wrong. Well, you've capitalised cameral despite it being one word.
Yeah.
So it now
I've made an error.
It now looks a little bit like some sort of medicine.
Have you taken your bicameral today, Alex?
I have not. Okay, so we're going to have a lower house, which is going to be quite like the House of Commons.
Yeah.
But
with less shouting.
Elected with STV, it's going to look more like Australia. Because Australia's parliament looks really nice. They have nice cushy chairs for the leaders.
Oh, you meant visually?
Oh yeah,
I thought you meant like politically.
Australia's parliament looks really nice. Our parliament looks like something out of the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Because it is. So the lower house STV with multi-member constituencies, because it makes much more sense than FPTP, as we've explained in the past.
Yeah, we've done that.
And what is now the House of Lords would be a Senate.
Yeah.
So that would be elected via party list.
Yeah.
Open party list, so that we can all see who you want to elect, please.
We want to know who you're planning to elect.
And it helps the representation of smaller parties that might not get a chance in the lower house.
Yeah.
After that, well, there's of course the Supreme Court, which probably wouldn't change that much, but would have probably more powers of judicial review, because the way they are now, they're kind of toothless.
Yeah. We'd probably boost their power a little bit and give them the ability to actually strike things down.
Yeah,
rather than say...
I don't want them to just sort of sit there and approve everything.
Yeah.
And just say, oh no, Parliament, could you change this? It's not useful to the political process. Okay, so below them, we would have regions, which I'm using quite generously, because this includes the countries of Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland. Well, Northern Ireland's technically a province, but I'm going to go with country for now.
Yeah.
And the definitely not countries of the north of England, the sort of southwest, southeast, that sort of thing.
Does that mean we're getting a northern powerhouse at last?
It means we're getting 2. The northwest and the northeast are both getting a parliament under this system. So we'd have basically everyone from Cumbria down to basically Chester, and then everyone from Alnwick down to Grimsby.
Is Scotland too big?
No, it's only got 5 million people in it.
Okay. Like...
So, based on population, it's basically uninhabited.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, the Highlands is just one barren wasteland of rocks and moss.
Fair enough, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure we're being sort of...
If you live in the Highlands, which you almost certainly do not...
I mean,
I'm not sorry.
So,
that's entirely what it is.
To be fair, I've looked at the analytics for this. Some people listen to this in weird countries.
That can't be true, though.
I mean, it's probably just people using, proxy servers and stuff.
Yeah, maybe somebody
browsers.
using a... what's it called?
Like a VPN.
Yes, a VPN. That's what I was looking for.
But, like, if you are listening in Romania, like, hi...
I don't know any Romanian, I'm afraid, so I can't greet you in Romanian.
No, but hello.
Alo, I think, is Romanian for hello.
Okay.
Which I know only because of an Ozone song from, 2004.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which one's that?
Numa Numa.
Oh, the Numa Numa song.
Yeah.
Is that Romanian?
It's Moldovan, but Moldovan is a type of Romanian.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the other... Let's just list off the regional parliaments, just so that I can... basically, every region is like a subset of the country nationally.
Yeah.
So it will work in pretty much the same way, just a level down.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure which powers would go to which areas. Maybe it would be the central, maybe it would be the regional, maybe it would be the councils.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's a similar way to sort of state legislatures in America.
Yeah, basically that's how it would work. We'd have regional governors for each of the following: the Greater London Authority, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, the North West, the North East, the South West, and the South East.
Here's a fun game. Try and predict which real-life politician would be elected those...
Well, the governor of the North West would be pretty
Andy
simple.
Burnham.
Definitely Andy Burnham.
Definitely Andy.
There's no way it's not going to be him. I don't know who would be elected for the other ones. Maybe Boris might drop down and do South East.
Boris would get South... If Boris went for it, he'd get
Boris
South
might
East.
just go for president.
Yeah, true.
Oh, can you imagine that? Boris Johnson.
President Boris
making me
Johnson
doubt myself
with
now.
Prime Minister Theresa May.
Or Prime Minister Jacob Rees-Mogg.
Oh, I've still got a bet on with Paddy Power that says Jacob Rees-Mogg will be our next Prime Minister. Just because, if it happens, I'm going to need that money to buy lots and lots of alcohol.
And you also have a bet on for Jeremy Corbyn.
I do. I'll put my Paddy Power screenshot. I've literally put £1 on them both. Like it's.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So
I don't have
you're
a
not gonna
major.
get mega
I don't
bucks.
have a major gambling problem. But if Jacob
maybe a pint.
Yeah, if Jacob Rees-Mogg ever becomes Prime Minister, I might be able to get like a cheap bottle of vodka.
Okay, so the regions will have basically the same system as the national government, but a level down.
Smaller, yeah.
Yeah, just scaled down. And then beyond that, I have sort of two levels on the same sort of stratus of the system, like this sort of pyramid.
Right.
Of national to local government.
Okay.
So at this point, we split from just everywhere is on the same level to two different types of government
On the
third level.
Okay.
So we'd have
I
basically
assume this
councils.
depends where you live.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's councils for counties, for sort of like the rural / towns, and then metro ones for the big cities.
Okay.
Because they need to be governed in different ways because they have different needs.
Yeah. I assume like London, you're going boroughs.
Yeah, for London I'd have borough councils because London is huge.
Yeah.
And then we'd have like an individual like metro council for places like Newcastle, Liverpool, Leeds, Manchester, Birmingham, Cardiff, Edinburgh,
Like
Glasgow,
the
Belfast,
big massive, yeah.
maybe Bristol, Sheffield, some towns like that as well.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if they're big enough.
Yeah. It
We'll
depends on
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, for London, because it's only like 10 million people-ish, maybe I'd go with slightly bigger than borough.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
maybe like combine a couple
Maybe like
of
a
boroughs
couple of
together.
boroughs, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe like a northwest, northeast.
I mean, I suppose it depends on the
southwest,
size of the
southeast.
boroughs. Like, there might be...
Yeah, because
There might be
some
really
boroughs will be
big
bigger than
boroughs,
others. Yeah. I'm not sure if Wandsworth or Lambeth would
To
be
be
able
honest,
stand
I'm
on its
not-
own.
I don't have much experience with London boroughs.
Basically, I want these sort of metro councils to account for about 500,000 people.
Each, yeah.
Generally, something like that. Then there would be the county ones for the rural townish places. So like Lancashire County Council would probably include like Yeah, Blackpool,
Hey!
all the way down to St Helens, because screw you, Merseyside isn't a thing.
You could vote in Liverpool elections.
I could vote for the Liverpool Metro Regional Mayor, and I did.
Who'd you vote for?
I voted for the Green candidate.
Ah.
Well, I gave my first vote for the Green candidate, and my second preference I gave to Steve Rotherham, the Labour candidate.
Oh, okay.
As it turns out, he didn't need it because he won outright with like 2/3 of the first
he won in the
vote.
first round, didn't he?
Yeah, didn't need any of my help because basically they just carved out a Labour safe seat out of Merseyside.
Well done, Labour.
And then they did the same in Manchester. In fact, Manchester was even more one-sided.
Was it? I don't
Basically,
remember
every single polling station near enough went to Andy Burnham.
What, like literally every single
Nearly.
individual polling?
I'm not sure.
Oh, right,
I think pretty much every ward went to Burnham, but I'm not sure if
on
every
individual polling stations.
I'm not sure of the polling station. I don't know if that data even exists.
No,
Not sure
it does.
But
yeah, so that'd be Lancashire. We're taking St Helens as well.
Yeah. So Lancashire's going to probably have about 500,000 people in it as well.
Yeah,
the county council. Yeah. Then we would have those sort of county councils would be for like places like Yorkshire as well, because Yorkshire is huge if you include all the different parts of Yorkshire, but it's also really sparsely populated if you don't include Leeds and Bradford.
Yeah. Sorry, Leeds and Bradford.
I mean, Leeds and Bradford are definitely in Yorkshire.
Oh yeah, they're definitely in Yorkshire.
There's no disputing that, but they wouldn't be under the Yorkshire County Council system because they're big cities. It would just be sort of one metropolitan
as
council
Leeds and Bradford.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Below that, there would be basically just the local town councils that we have now.
Yeah.
So, sort of like Lancaster City Council probably wouldn't exist anymore because there would be one for Morecambe and Lancaster.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, there isn't really a dividing line between those two towns, so I'd probably just make them the same town.
Yeah,
I don't understand why they're separate.
No,
it's just one continuous strip of buildings.
Yeah. I don't understand.
I'm sure there's historical reasons, but they definitely merged.
I don't understand with the parliamentary seat thing either. Like,
no, because there's the top half of Morecambe Lancaster is in Morecambe and Lonsdale, and the bottom half is in Lancaster and Fleetwood.
Why is Fleetwood in it?
Yeah, Fleetwood is definitely closer to Blackpool than it is to Lancaster.
To be fair, they are fixing it when they do the boundary changes.
But yeah, those boundary changes are a power grab, and they're not going to get through because they reduce the amount of seats for the DUP, who will not vote for it.
Yeah, fair. I'm glad. But yeah, they would, if these proposed boundary changes would put us back to Blackpool North and Fleetwood.
That'll be fine.
Which is what it used to be before 2010, I think it changed.
I'd just have like one for Morecambe and one for Lancaster, because they both had about 100,000 people in them.
Yeah, that works.
So, yeah, that's the admin, mostly. I can't think of anything else that I've missed.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, the
taxation. Did you want
taxation? Yeah, that's a difficult one, because under a federal system, the councils will not have their budgets provided for them by the government mostly.
Yeah, they're responsible for raising.
They're responsible for raising their own money. I mean, of course, council taxes already do this.
Yeah. To
a certain extent, but they do still get funded by central government.
Yeah.
This wouldn't happen.
No.
Under my system, so the regional governments, the county governments would have to fight for themselves.
Yeah.
So that the central government can focus on more national issues, which I think is just a more sane system, really, because this country is too big for a centralised system.
Yeah,
it needs to be like each region has its own needs, and they need to be looked after by the people of those regions.
We can't just sort of tar them all with the same brush, so to speak.
Yeah. If you try and give the same policy to someone in rural Devon as you do to the inner city of Liverpool,
it's not going
to work. No. So that's the admin.
For reference, there are states in America, obviously bigger than us.
Yeah, states in America are the size of countries.
Yeah,
they need more devolution. Yeah, really.
Ideally, so we're talking about if you look at that and realise actually there are even people on that scale, that we need to divide people up to make sure their lives are fulfilled properly by the government.
Yeah, by their individual governments.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a very long-winded way of making that point.
Yeah. Basically, federalism is better than centralism
Yeah.
for a country of this size.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's better for every country, because a country like Luxembourg doesn't really need individual states, does it? So that's the admin of the state. Mm-hmm. Now we'll move on to the parties, which is more interesting.
Yeah. So this is a little more if we had the people that the UK has.
Yeah.
Just to this is more actually what we think the UK political parties should be. Just
basically the UK political parties as they are anachronistic.
Yeah.
They're a sort of holdover from a time when the two-party system existed.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of does now, thanks to 2017. But
yeah.
it's still really unstable.
It's still think about this, okay? Would Tony Blair sit down with Jeremy Corbyn and think, we agree on lots of issues, let's form a political party together?
No.
No.
Absolutely not, no. The fact that Labour is still one party,
yeah,
even after having split in the past, is ridiculous. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm trying to think of a Tory example here.
Well, the Tories are basically divided mostly in Europe.
Yeah.
Because there are sort of
left-wing-ish
globalist Tories like Anna Soubry and Nicky Morgan that would much prefer to stay in the EU, and then there's the proper hard right-wing Tories, Bojo, Gove, Rees-Mogg. Yeah. Oh god, he's evil. He's so evil. Just look at his face. He's evil. Oh,
get that Mogmentum going. Shouldn't have said that while Alex was taking a drink of water then.
Screw you. Nearly came up my nose. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to sort of steal the Spanish political system here.
Okay.
Because they have 4 main parties.
Here, Alex comes with a Spanish degree.
I mean, I wouldn't really be taught this in the Spanish degree.
No, but it's...
I mean, we've brushed on election results in the past, but that's not really the main focus of it.
No.
So there are, as of today, 4 main parties in Spain. You've got the right wing, the Partido Popular, which is basically the Tories. Mm-hmm. They are essentially it's David Cameron with a beard is their prime minister, really.
Picture of their prime minister.
Mariano Rajoy is on the screen right now. They should be the right wing, and they are the right wing.
Yeah.
They're further right than the British Tories,
right,
under Cameron at least.
Yeah.
So we would have a right wing party like that, which would include probably most of UKIP, because that party is dying anyway, and the followers need to find a place to go.
The slow death of UKIP, part 5,876.
Yeah, they just keep losing council. Every time I go on Twitter, they'd just be like, "Oh, another group of councillors from this random town in the south of England has defected from UKIP to independent," or something like that.
There was some that have just defected to UKIP.
Yeah, one guy defected to UKIP. I have no idea how he's decided that UKIP is a more stable party to join the Conservatives.
You are parachuting onto a sinking ship.
Yeah, why would you do that?
They'd go with the right.
Yeah, there would be one definite right-wing party. Mm-hmm. Then there would be a centre-right party, which is sort of like in Spain, I'm going to butcher this, but Ciudadanos, which means citizens.
Right.
They're sort of like Lib Dems. They're sort of fiscally conservative, socially liberal sort of thing.
So these are like your Soubrys and...
Yeah, your Soubrys, your Morgans, maybe your Camerons, that sort of thing.
And then your more right-wing Lib Dems.
Yeah. Your Nick Cleggs.
Yeah,
and
Cleggs.
Definitely your Tim Farrons.
And your Farrons, yeah.
Although he's definitely more socially conservative, so he might actually go into the far-right party.
No, I don't think
I'm not sure.
He's too... He's not that
liberal.
And he's not... He's socially conservative on religious grounds.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Tim.
Yeah, so then moving left again, you'd have the centre-left party, which in Spain is PSOE, the Partido Socialista de los Obreros Españoles, the Socialist Party of the Spanish Workers.
Right.
Which obviously is basically Labour.
Yeah.
It's the way that Labour was founded is basically how the Socialists were founded.
Okay.
Although there was a civil war and a period of dictatorship in Spain that sort of suppressed them for quite a long time.
Right.
But that's how they basically have the same sort of founding story. and the same mission, basically.
Okay.
It's just that now in Spain there is a further left party.
Oh, okay.
Than that, so it's basically like if Momentum had its own party.
Okay, right.
So that, I think, is probably how it should be.
Right.
So you have the centre left, the wishy-washy liberal left.
Right.
In my view, at least.
Yeah.
So that would be Chuco Muna, Andy Burnham, etc.
Yeah.
Whereas in the actual left-wing party, which is called Podemos, we can.
Yeah. This is the one Owen Jones keeps banging on about, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the one that he campaigned for.
Yeah.
It's run by intellectuals, sort of, and also it's sort of more in tune with the separatist movements.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it definitely wants some regions to be separatist.
It's willing
I think the Catalan branch does want to be independent.
I imagine they would.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the Basques. Don't know. But yeah, that party should just sort of occupy the left wing.
So in the UK that
would be Corbyn, Clive Lewis, John McDonnell,
me,
us. Yeah, us. We would be in the Momentum party, basically.
I mean, I am in Momentum anyway, so...
Yeah. I may eventually get to join.
Well,
if
yes.
my membership with the Republic Party ever runs out.
Because they don't have a cancel membership button.
No, it's going to end at some point, but I don't know if April will ever come around, so...
No, because you joined the Republic... Oh, we mentioned this in the episode that never...
Yeah,
that she'll never see the light of day, didn't we?
Yeah, so basically, last April, just after the election was called, I joined a party called the Republic Party. It's very small. It pretty much only exists in Salford, and it's got 49 votes in its entire existence.
To be fair, and they are all in one election.
Yes. It came last in one council by-election held on the same day as the election in 2017. It's very small. It's very inconsequential. It just happened to agree with me on a lot of policy issues. I very quickly moved over to Labour.
Yeah.
Because of the election campaign.
Yeah, but then there was the thing where you can't... some people say some people that we've talked to in the Labour Party say, oh, just join it, it'll be fine.
Other people say, actually no, they will find out and they will kick you out.
Yeah, it's much better to just come campaigning,
yeah,
do your stuff, and then just when April comes around and your membership expires, then you can.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, join the dark side.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we'd have that sort of 4-party system.
Yeah.
Which is, it opens itself up to coalitions, sort of, sometimes.
Yeah.
Because
so
at any one time, maybe
yeah.
3 parties can sort of agree enough to just find a coalition.
Yeah,
like if you could have the centre left, the centre right, and the right could do it, or maybe the other way around, the centre left, the left, and the centre right.
Yeah.
Maybe you could, if you had a big enough election result, just get 2 parties: centre left, centre right, centre.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, centre is definitely
like what's happening in Germany.
Yeah.
So yeah, there would of course be other small parties.
Yeah.
Because there'll always need to be
single issue parties will be set up.
Single issue parties, like something to protect the National Health Service, maybe.
Yeah.
There's like the National Health Action Party in the UK.
We wouldn't need a Republic Party though.
Probably not, because that would basically just be the point of the left wing party.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it'd be one of the policies of the left wing party.
Yeah.
Because I highly doubt that Momentum doesn't contain a majority of Republicans.
No, I have little to no doubt in my mind about that.
Yeah, so that is the system that we'd go with, and the benefits of this system is that UKIP have no need to exist, so we can end that farce once and for all.
Yeah, but their members still have.
Their members will still be in a party.
If anything, this benefits their members more because they can
because they can be themselves
in a party that isn't crumbling.
Yeah, it's just more stable that way for them.
Yeah, strong and stable.
The Tories and Labour can stop fighting among themselves and actually debate the opposition for once.
So the Tories can start ripping themselves apart over Brexit.
Yeah.
And Labour can stop massive ideological differences between our members.
Yeah, it's basically so we don't have to have 2 parties inside one party anymore.
We don't need the factionalism that's plagued the Labour Party for so long.
Big tent is a nice idea, but it doesn't work in practice when there's only 2 parties inside your party. I mean, technically 3 if you count the co-ops, but nobody does because nobody knows they exist. Well, and they sort of take members from both factions, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. They're more of just a small sister party that, They
don't really need to exist, the co-ops. They just adopt co-op policy as Labour policy and be done with it.
Well, yeah.
So that, I think, is pretty much everything. Oh, no, one more thing.
Oh,
the Lib Dems can finally pick a side.
Yes!
The wishy-washy send...
Oh, damn it, Alex.
Sorry, I've been a one there.
We were doing so well.
Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So, do we need to re-announce the...
Yeah, well, we'll do it for the benefit of anybody that didn't click on last week's episode. Basically, we're switching to a 2-week release schedule.
Yep, because essays are happening.
Yeah, so you didn't get an episode last week. You're getting one today. You won't get one on the 11th.
Week, but you will get one on the 18th.
Then you'll get one on the 18th.
And then the next one will be on the 1st of April. Oh, God.
April Fool's Day special.
Oh, God. We didn't think this through.
We're not doing anything for April Fool's Day.
No, can't be bothered.
You're just getting
I don't care. I don't care enough about it to bother. Although we may be pranked by your flatmate.
We're almost certainly going to be pranked by my flatmate.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be fun. Anyway,
if you don't get an episode on the 1st of April, it's
you know why.
You know
because
why.
He has killed us with some sort of prank gone horribly wrong.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll talk to you again in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Until then, I have
been Alex.
This has been Jack. I can introduce myself. You did this to me at the start.
Yeah, but it's just so much easier if I do it. I've been Alex. That's been Jack. And we will talk to you again next time.
Bye bye.
See ya.